All right, what do we say? We say phones down, top up your glasses, check out the shoes, because we're going to be talking about shoes later in the show. Lynda Steele, episode 11, Steele and Vance. These are delicious, by the way. We got to talk about what's in the bowl. You brought
Spicy
these.
dill. Yeah.
Might have a little bit of that in my teeth.
Yeah, I know, me too. They are quite delicious. Now, did you see the big news? He's back. Oh. Yeah, Donald Trump, no big surprise to everyone, actually announced he's going to make his third attempt to become the U.S. president. And he's fundraising already. And I don't know if you saw it, but he did seem a little flat, like as though he was low on energy.
I did watch it, and I was flipping between all the major cable news networks from Fox and MSNBC and CNN, and they all bailed. Like, in Fox bailing in a Trump speech, especially in the announcement, very different than the coming down the escalator of his first run for office, which he was successful at. Interesting. Did you see the New York Post?
I know.
Page 26, guys. They were
and
like,
they also said Florida man. Trump's head would have exploded.
I'm here for it.
Trump's like a cockroach, though. Just when I think this is going to be the end of him, it's not. So we'll see. I believe that there will be a lot more to come from Donald Trump in the next couple of years.
One more thing from CNN. I was telling you this just as I was picking you up to come down here today. When CNN has made an announcement, there's the new boss there. You watch their New Year's show?
Yeah,
with Andy Cohen and Anderson Cooper, but they famously get Anderson Cooper like smashed,
right?
Like shots,
which is not smart.
I mean, like, so
where's the producer?
But the new CNN boss is like, no more drinking on the air.
Well, it's a good thing we don't work at CNN.
I don't think we're getting any offers anytime soon.
Oh, hey, can I gloat just a little bit? Because one of Canada's most favorite, most hated rock bands, Nickelback, is being inducted into the Canadian Music Hall of Fame. And I say, yeah, because Jody and Brad are both to the Nickelback. Hey, well, I mean, look, and this is an article I pulled up just for you. You know what? Stop trashing Nickelback. They've sold 50 million albums around the world.
Have we touched a nerve with you, Lynda Steele?
Well, hang on a sec. Derek, cue the music. Okay, and... No, I know. I just
oh, God. I was like, here we go. Which one's going to be stuck in my head for the next 3 days?
It's an earworm.
Well, when we were planning, because Lynda and I put together, like, this is Lynda's living room, and the music for the show, all of it has been things that we've pieced together over the course of the last year almost now. But Handsome Brad and I were like, what are some of your favorite artists when we were trying to come up with the music? And you're like, well, I like Nickelback. And we bullied you with it.
Hang on a sec. What happened was we were trying to consider music, and one of the tunes, one of the beats, I like that. And you said, that sounds like Nickelback. I said, that's why I like it. It's a good driving rhythm.
I don't think I can work with you.
Okay, well, YouTube, because they're going in the Music Hall of Fame.
You can gloat. You get to gloat, Lynda Steele. You absolutely can.
Nickelback is the one band everyone says they hate, and everyone can sing along to it. So there.
You know what? Give props to the Canadians. They've done very well, and they're going in. They're going to join Jan Arden in the hall, so maybe they'll come visit us, because Jan's been here.
Exactly.
So we have Hall of Famers here. What we won't be able to do is serve salad.
Yeah, which is good. I'm not a big lettuce fan, which is good, because check out what's happening in the grocery stores. There's no lettuce on the shelves because there's some sort of a virus that's going on right now.
In California, and the drought, and it was too dry, and then it was too wet. But did you notice on the top shelf there, I'm not sure if you noticed, Brian came home, I want to say a week ago, and said, do you want to know how much I love you? And I said, a lot? And he goes, $9 romaine a lot. Because I love me a Caesar salad, but you see top shelf there? $9 for romaine hearts.
Well, that's why it's sitting up there. But this is what Swiss Chalet is doing. So the next time you actually go to a restaurant, you wonder, well, whoa, hang on a second, this doesn't look like the way it usually does. Swiss Chalet had to go on social media and explain that because of this lettuce shortage, they're taking a bunch of their salads off the menu. So you know what? It's a problem. First it was toilet paper, and then it was whatever. There's just supply issues everywhere.
Supply issues everywhere, and people stocking the shelves. We have also learned when people are out sick and workforce and trying to get the people to do the thing. Did you hear, were you ever in Girl Guides or anything like that?
Brownies.
So
You know what?
We were both brownies.
I found a picture. I was looking up brownie pictures. I found this picture of two little girls in the 60s, and they're brown. I thought that could be us.
That could be us right there.
I had an outfit like that. I didn't really stick with it long. I don't think I was that engaged, but they're changing the name.
And I do agree with this name change, because while it may not affect you or I, for somebody that could sound like a racial slag. So yeah. Like, change it, let it all be Girl Guides and be junior Girl Guides and what have you. But the actual process, like when I was searching for my Brownies photo, I couldn't find it. I spent ages looking, but I was flipping through and I found what I referenced before the Halloween show that we did, in that, you know, there was all of us dressed in First Nations garb, thinking it was cute. Like the times have changed and people are like, oh, we've lost the plot. We've gotten so woke. It's like, wait. Or we just simply evolve and move forward and adjust.
And we got more sensitive.
We just adjust.
They haven't decided what the name will be, and there's going to be a process. So stay tuned. We'll have that for you.
Stay tuned for that. And stay tuned for
An awkward conversation. Let me tell you this. So you're probably aware that there's a great hoo-ha over whether there should be RCMP policing Surrey or the Surrey Police Service. There was a transition that City Council unanimously voted, let's create our own municipal force. And then this week they had a vote with the new mayor and they voted to unwind the transition again. We're going to talk about this because there's lots of twists and turns and people are mad and people are saying, why are you not weighing in, Lynda Steele? It was like, okay, my husband is chief of the Surrey Police Force.
Yeah.
So for everyone who's saying, yeah, well, you should be saying something. And then if I say something, they say, you shouldn't say anything, you're biased. So anyway, it's a news story. Jody Vance.
We're going to talk about it in the very first segment coming up in just a matter of moments. We've got a couple other things to touch on here as what's happening in the show. But when we talked about whether or not you should discuss this, as we do with our fabulous executive producer, Handsome Brad, you said, you know what, it's just so awkward. And I said, well, what's more awkward than our show? Talking about it here, let's do it. And then you know what we're also going to do? We're going to have another awkward moment because the VPD are hiring 100 more officers, right? Because the new mayor of Vancouver, Ken Sim, that was his mandate. As soon as he gets into office, 100 more officers. And a lot of people saying, how are they going to do that? Well, guess who the recruitment officer is? Sergeant Cindy Vance.
Oh, good.
Yes,
so
there's relation.
Awkward show.
You know what?
But
on our show, we can do whatever the hell we want. And we will do what the hell is wrong with people.
Yeah.
And we'll also get into what has been very topical on your Twitter with the...
Okay. Well, you know, people were starting to talk about whether there should be mask mandates again. The Ontario health officials said they strongly recommended people wear them. Dr. Bonnie Henry recently came out and said, no, she's not going to go to a mandate unless there's some new horrible virus that shows up.
Right.
But on Twitter, I asked people, okay, how are we feeling about masks? We got COVID, RSV, the flu. We have overcrowded ERs. How do you feel about going back to wearing a mask? And, well, the results...
Look at how many people voted, okay? It got totally hijacked, guys. It got hijacked.
It did get hijacked. I watched it, actually. There were several right-wing groups that had names like Patriot, Honk Honk, Anti-Vax, or whatever, and they were massively retweeting that tweet and getting their people to vote anti-mask. But what is instructive about that poll is that it is still an extremely divisive subject.
No doubt. No doubt. But something we're going to talk about here is how we should be using all of the layers of protection we've learned about over the last 2.5 years from the likes of Provincial Health Officer Dr. Bonnie Henry. But we'll get into that. Anna Wallach here is here, our doctor. She's going to talk about the shortage in supply for kids' meds. We've got tips on that. We're going to get into it. We're going to hear from a mother who was actually at the ER with a child with RSV.
It's like the show is 5 hours long.
It is.
We're covering a million subjects.
So let's get to it.
Still ahead, the awkward subject, the Surrey police saga. Yes, the chief is my husband. Yes, this is awkward to talk about. We're going to do it anyway. The mayor says stop hiring. The chief says that's not her call. And the province agrees.